Sometimes I get this urge to drop everything and leave. I want to go somewhere new on my own, keeping no one updated, answering no messages and declining all calls. I want to stop taking my pills, the idea being that the more depressed I let myself become, the more philosophical I become and the better I write. Writing is a big hobby of mine, but something I tend to forget about as my daily life takes too much space. University and social life are two things which demand my time. However, there are many hours left in my days where I could be spending my time differently. Sometimes I go to the gym, sometimes I read, sometimes I stumble across a quote or a perspective which challenges what I already know and deem to be true. In these cases, I am left with something of value and I feel good. But these cases are far too few. Mostly when I have time to spare, I waste it. I try to fill my mind so I don't have to think. I open Instagram Reels and scroll, or I find another way to waste my time. I submit to my phone, to the colors and noises that are designed to satisfy my wants, but not my needs. Often I get angry, either at people posting and their beliefs, or the people commenting and their beliefs. What a person on the internet believes to be true or doesn't believe to be true should not have any effect on my life, yet it does. The constant waves of impressions I let fill my head make me bitter. It feels like I am taking small sips of poison every single day, and it makes me numb. I end up wasting a lot of time not thinking and not doing anything, not living. I become lazy, unmotivated, and gray. Because what can I say I live for when I spend my time consuming instead of creating? If life is creation, that means consumption is death. At the same time, there are so many things I have to do. Not because someone is forcing me to, but because I have certain goals I wish to accomplish. I want to do well in school and study. I want to be physically healthy and go to the gym. I want to be social and spend time with my friends. And I want to reach 100% of my full potential because I know I can. And if I'm gonna live, I might as well live my life to the fullest and see what I am truly capable of. But I can't do any of this if I don't have the motivation to do it. Motivation is the tool I need, yet a tool I am throwing away as I am letting myself be consumed. I have these great expectations for myself, yet I am not giving myself the tools I need to reach my goals and fulfill those expectations. As the days pass and I make no progress, I see myself falling behind. With every day that passes, I see my goals moving further from my grasp and I feel the pressure crushing me. I have to do this and I'm supposed to do that and I'm never doing enough, yet always putting more and more pressure on myself until it's just too much. And it feels like I'm supposed to create this great piece of art, yet I don't have any paint. I believe this is where my urge comes from, to drop everything and leave. It's the thought of escaping and being free from these demanding expectations. Telling myself it's okay to do nothing. Telling myself I'm not supposed to do anything. Just lie down, relax, and don't worry about anything at all, because there's nothing you have to do. What I truly enjoy is writing, like this. Printing my thoughts on paper, defining my soul, and organizing my mind. I feel productive, and I feel fulfilled. I escape the numbness that so often tends to control my mind and my emotions. While consuming media, it's like I lose this essence of life, but when I write, it's like I retake it. like I'm retaking my life. I feel in control, and my mind feels at ease, like I am peaceful. There are many people that spend very little time thinking. They too fall into the same trap as me, many of them in a much deeper one. Many of them do not realize they are trapped at all. I look at them and I am angered by their ignorance. Why do you not question what surrounds you? Why do you not question who you are? And how can you be comfortable when there are so many questions that you cannot answer? In The Matrix, this guy from Fortnite is offered a choice after realizing the utopia he lives in is not real. It's a matrix. He has to choose whether to be aware of the problems and fight them, or to forget they exist and live in the blissful ignorance he has always lived in. Being the main character, he of course chooses the red pill. He chooses awareness. I can't say I blame him, as I would make the exact same choice if I was the main character in an action movie. Choosing the blue pill would simply make for a horrible plot. However, Neo, ironically, does not know that he is in a movie at all, which is also why I always struggle to understand his choice. If you choose the blue pill, you will not be aware that there is a problem, and there will therefore be no problem. When being presented with the choice between happiness and unhappiness, you should never choose unhappiness. So why is it that I get this urge to drop everything and leave? I know if I cut off all my social connections and if I stop taking my medications, I will be unhappy. I will suffer. Yet it calls to me, and I have this deep desire to answer. There is something about it which seems so therapeutic. I imagine it like a spiritual journey, connecting with my deepest self, my naked self, not hidden behind pharmaceuticals. It's just the raw me. And no matter how broken that person is, I want to see him and understand him. More than that, I want to be free. Free from responsibility and expectation. I want to be free to think. René Descartes famously said, "I think, therefore I am." When he said this, I believe he meant it as an argument for existence. Yet reading it now, I look at it more metaphorically. Because if I go through my life consuming, listening, watching, and never actually thinking, well, then I don't exist. I would just be a mindless body walking through life without ever actually living. I believe we are the marks that we create. The marks you set on the world are what define you. But if you never interact and you never create, then you are never defined and you will never exist. So yes, I want to run away. I want to throw away my phone and my pills, because even though I will be unhappy, I will at least be alive and conscious. I understand now why Neo chose the red pill. It's not about being arrogant, stupid, or prideful, it's about being alive. It's the deep human desire to be alive. I want to travel to a country where I do not speak the language. I want to buy a bear, find a hill, sit under a tree with my notepad and my pen. I want to think and I want to write. I want to create something and truly be alive. That's why sometimes I get this urge to drop everything and leave.